Fancy lad.
Fancy lad.
Fancy
Podcast. Fancy lad.
Fancy
Podcast.
lad.
Gonna talk to my friends. Gonna share a
Fancy
thought.
lad.
Gonna have a laugh. That's what I
Fancy
thought.
lad.
Fancy lad. The
Fancy
Fancy
lad.
Podcast. Fancy lad. Fancy lad
Fancy lad.
podcast. Yeah.
And we are back.
Oh my goodness, we are back. And where are we?
I think if my eyes do not deceive me, I think we're in the Fancy Lad podcast.
Studio?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank
Yeah.
God. Woo! Because, we've been digitized before
Yeah, and we've been
And-
trapped in the podcast.
for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why whenever there's a gap in release dates, that just know that Bigzo and I are caught somewhere, between the podcast app store and, any other podcast streaming services
Right.
in the ether, trying to get out.
Yeah. It's scary being caught in that app store.
Oh my God, it's so scary.
Yeah.
Especially once you have like the in-app add-ons.
Right.
Mhm.
And with all the in-app add-ons,
Yep.
people are like, "Excuse me, is that an add-on or is that an atom?"
Atom?
Oh, is that your email address?
That is it's actually Hotmail
Yeah.
69
Yep.
420
Mhm.
BC
Right.
at hotmail.com.
Right. Interesting.
And that's where people usually fuck up is they assume I just mispronounce com,
Yeah.
but it is .com, which I had to pay a lot to get that.
Yeah, I was gonna say you pretty much invented a whole new, I don't even know what to call it, web browser or whatever it is.
Well, believe it or not, it's actually, .gov. That's what Gov was going for before. They were like, it wouldn't be funny if like all the government stuff was at .com,
Mhm.
but I already owned it. They offered me a lot.
But you couldn't give it away.
I couldn't give it away.
It doesn't have a price.
It doesn't have a price. No, absolutely not. I said, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I will never sell. I own a period.
Yep.
With cum after it.
Yeah.
I will never, for no amount of money, or love, or
Mhm.
I don't know, bunch
Gummy
of, like,
bears.
gummy bears. Gummy bears are okay. I don't think I don't know. But like a bunch of a bunch of kittens, maybe
Yeah.
some puppies.
Yeah.
Little ferrets,
Mhm.
squirrels, birds.
Right.
Lizards.
Other animals.
All the animals. There we go.
Yeah.
Animals. Mm-hmm. None of that's going to do it.
No.
I paid good money for this .com.
None of that's gonna sway you from the .com.
No, and I'm not going to sell out to Big Gov like that.
Dude, fuck the man, dude.
Oh, absolutely. Buy him a drink first, but
Yeah.
then absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh no, absolutely.
You're not a freaking goddamn Neanderthal.
No, look at this. Look at this frontal lobe.
Yeah.
Does this look like a Neanderthal's? Actually, don't answer that.
No, it hardly sticks out.
Okay, thank you. Actually, you know what? I appreciate the answer. Thank you.
You're welcome. And that's what we're trying to say on the Fancy Lad podcast is we've really are into dissecting people's craniums.
Mhm. And we've evolved
Mhm.
into, as you know, a hard-hitting skateboard journalism podcast.
Yep.
That hits hard. Is that a good tag for us? A hard-hitting skateboarding journalism podcast that hits hard, or does it kind of just like repeat the same thing? I can't tell.
Hard-hitting skateboard journalism podcast.
Mhm.
At
Are you tagging people in
Yeah.
this? Okay,
Yeah.
all right. That's what I was wondering.
at Fieldies. And I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Perfect. .com.
Yeah, .com.
Perfect. Okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah. But let me say it's good to be back.
Mhm. Oh my God, it is good to be back on the Fancy Lab podcast
Yeah.
in the
and-
Fancy Lab podcast studio.
Exactly. And to celebrate, I'm just gonna fucking
Oh my God. Yes.
Oh
Oh man. I know we're only 4 minutes and 57 seconds into the podcast, but I was so waiting for that. I was so waiting for that.
God, yeah.
You just look so dehydrated.
Did
I was
you
like,
want-
you need to quench your
Are
thirst.
you even going to ask me what this is?
Well, of course I'm going to ask you what it is.
Yeah.
Do you want me to do that now?
Yeah, that would be nice.
What is that you just cracked into?
Oh, this is a Clown Shoes brand beer.
What flavor?
I took a break from all those liquid deaths I've been drinking and decided to crack into a delicious Clown Shoes brand beer.
Honestly, those liquid deaths hit kind of hard. I drink too many of those. I wake up the next morning. My shits are solid.
Yeah. That's weird.
I don't feel dizzy.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
But this is a Rainbows Are Real. Clown Shoes brand beer.
Dude, I love the rainbows are real.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Fantastic flavor. I believe available in Clown Shoes' current
Very good.
mix pack of 12-ounce cans.
Yeah, you know, Tom Brady says to drink one water in between every beer.
That's what Mark Fallon does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard that.
And, you know, a lot of people mistake him for Tom Brady all the time.
Because Mark Fallon's always going, let's go!
No, because he's a very, very right wing.
Interesting.
That's not true. Mark Fallon is not. I'm sorry, Mark. I'm sorry I said that about you. It was a joke.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up, actually, now I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, Tom Brady does suck. You're right.
Tom Brady sucks what?
Oh, man. God. If only.
Dude, no
Speaking
one
of which-
fucking talks about the GOAT that way, dude.
Dude, oh, my God. There's a sandwich at the this great little corner store near my work called DeLuca's. They have mostly imported groceries there, but they have a little sandwich, like deli place. And you can get a good fucking, you know, I can get like a turkey sub, like this big, with, you know, whatever you want out for like $7.95.
Right.
That's a good price for Boston, especially for Newbury Street.
Yeah.
Right? Good little place.
And for those who don't know, Tom was gesturing at about the size of my penis.
Which is like, for the people that don't have, you know, the page you're on, it was like, I don't know. Well, my fingers, my two fingertips are pressed together.
Yeah, it's
to
tough,
give you an idea.
It's tough to tell. The space in between his fingers are
If
so
you're familiar,
small,
if you're familiar
you
with,
can't even see if they're pressed together or not.
if you're familiar with the tardigrade,
Yeah,
then you'll probably know what this is.
and that is a good price for $7.95. Okay.
It's a very good price for Newbury Street.
Oh, especially
For Newbury Street.
Oh, especially Newbury Street.
But yell eggs
don't get me
at
started on Newbury
DeLuca's.
Street.
But they got a sandwich called the Tom Brady. It's still called the Tom Brady.
Yep.
You know, it's a good sandwich though. Yeah. I've never bought it. People have given me half of it. A lot of people mistake me as a homeless man while I'm sitting on my break.
Makes sense.
They walk by, they say, "Oh, do you want this?" This is real too.
Yep.
They walk by and they go, "Oh, do you want some fucking, you know, do you want half a sandwich or do you want chicken tenders?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, thank you." And then they walk away and I'm like, "Oh, they thought I was homeless because I'm sitting on this stoop."
Well, I one time had a guy give me $20 because my jacket was so ripped up.
He didn't know you were just a shredder.
Yeah, he didn't know I was just a shredder.
Do you think he would have charged you $20 if he had known? Shredder
I don't know why
fee?
he would charge me. He
Shredder
wasn't-
tax.
Charge me $20 for giving me $20.
No. He doesn't give you the $20. He just takes $20 from you.
Oh, okay.
Shredder tax.
Shredder tax.
I see how ripped up your jacket is. I know you're shredding other things up.
Yeah.
Maybe those ledges over there.
Right.
Maybe that two-stair.
Well, that kind of makes sense, you know?
Shredder tax.
Yeah, now that I
That's
think
fine.
about it.
I mean, you know what? Skater tax. Imagine if you could just pay like an extra $20 a month just for skater tax and guaranteed you can't get harassed by people for skating. I mean, I'd rather just do it for free, you know? But imagine that. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness. That would be
Game-changing.
else.
They start to come yell at you. You show your little ID badge. I pay my taxes.
That's what I'm saying. We need to legitimize skateboarding.
That's what I'm saying is we need to start documenting everyone who skates and get all their personal information and make identification cards for them.
Identification cards. That's what I was thinking. Fuck the real ID.
Right. Skater
You got
ID.
Skater ID.
Skater ID. Is this another thing we should cut out of the podcast because someone might steal it?
It's true. It's actually a really good idea.
It actually is a really good idea.
But, I mean, you need to at least have, like, a legitimate video part to even submit approval.
Oh, absolutely.
And
we're not talking a TikTok edit.
No.
Not even an Instagram edit.
No.
We're talking a legitimate part.
But if the Instagram clips are good enough, maybe.
Well, you know what? If the Instagram clips are good enough, just mush them all together and put a song under it. Just make a part.
Yeah.
If you know how to make an Instagram part, just make a part.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it can't be stuff from your Instagram. Just make a fucking part.
Right. And, you know, it's just one of those things in this new fundangled day and age of skating that, you know, there's just something that's lost on this new generation, you know?
Oh, yeah.
God.
It's young whippersnappers.
These goddamn whippersnappers, like the old Foundation graphic, you know? And, you know, I feel like we should talk to someone who's, you know, been around the block, you know? Someone who, you know, I want to talk to someone who's just maybe had a part in, like, one of my favorite videos of all time.
Damn. What if they had a part, and hear me out, this might sound crazy.
Yep.
What if they had a part in two of your favorite videos?
All right, that's asking a lot.
It is. Honestly kind of pushing it.
Yeah.
But worth a shot.
It is worth a shot.
We'll see what happens.
All right, well, why don't we take a quick break, and who knows? When we come back, maybe we'll find a skater who's had a part in two of my favorite videos of all time.
Yeah, maybe we won't. Maybe we won't have anyone.
Actually, good point. You know, I think the fans might like that. If it's just you and me just chopping it up, you know?
Yep. Just talking a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, for like hours.
I mean, that's what I like.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. All right, well, we'll see you guys after the break.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah.
Life as a southern sheriff can be pretty taxing. Taxing on the mind, taxing on the body, and taxing on the soul. That's why when I'm feeling my most decaffeinated and dehydrated, I reach for a mocha sombrero. Mocha sombrero. A Mexican-style chocolate stout with additions of coffee and vanilla. Alright, no, I'm trying to do the script here. Alright, you know, if you're just gonna keep doing that... Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, it's got coffee. It's got coffee and it's got vanilla. I don't care if you're doing the back. It's got coffee and vanilla, and it's a stout recipe. And the malt flavors, the sweet vanilla. Jesus, oh my God. You know, this is very distracting. Very distracting. You know, if you want to know more about Mocha Sombrero from Clown Shoes Beer, why don't you go ahead and visit clownshoesbeer.com. Go on now, get it.
Yeah.
And we are back.
Oh, my goodness, we are back. And that was a fantastic break.
You know what? It's one of those breaks you dream about.
God, and Bigzo, I hate to tell you this again, but I have been dreaming nonstop about breaks.
Whoa, nonstop.
Nonstop. Even during the day.
Okay, this is becoming a problem.
It's become concerning for sure.
All right, well, you know what? We're just going to have to save that for the Break Dreaming podcast. But
that's what I was thinking. Part of the Fancy Lad Podcast multiverse.
Let's introduce our very special guest,
Mhm.
legendary skateboarder,
Oh, yeah.
Kevin Spanky Long.
Oh. Hello.
Hello, guys.
Hey, KSL for short.
Yeah, we call it KSL for short.
I love breaks, too.
Really?
Oh, dude, thank you. Finally, a guest that appreciates a good break.
Well, what's your favorite kind then?
Lunch break.
Yeah, I like a good leg break myself when I break my leg.
I like a good spring break
I
where
try
I
to
can
avoid those.
just get wild, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
spring break's nice.
Yeah,
Oh,
Tom's been trying to
fantastic.
get on Guys Gone Wild for a while now.
I've been collecting beads for 15 years. It weighs down my neck every time.
Yeah. But yeah, Spanky, hey, you know, I just got to ask you right off the bat, you know, did you ever think about using that clip from Tommy Boy where Chris Farley asks David Spade if what his favorite Little Rascal is?
I can't believe we've never used that. I haven't even. No, I mean, obviously that's a classic moment, but
And
now we're gonna have to use it.
Damn. Well, you're gonna have to credit Bigzo for that.
yeah, I know my ideas go uncredited far too often.
And that's one of the main
Actually, I'm
problems.
gonna
with our
have my
podcast.
lawyers cut that part out of this podcast.
Yeah,
Then we're gonna use it.
they seem powerful enough.
Damn it! They're gonna make me do it. They're not gonna actually do the
Wait,
work.
you're Spanky's lawyer?
No, but the lawyers aren't gonna come in and edit it. I'm gonna have to do it. God damn it!
No, they don't edit.
Just more work for Tom.
That's just more work for Tom. I don't know. I don't understand what you have against me where you're trying to make more work for me. That's what I'm wondering.
And for those not familiar with the Tommy Boy movie, he just caught David Spade masturbating. So he asks him if his favorite Little Rascal is Alfalfa or Spanky.
Right.
But, I mean, clearly the nickname couldn't have derived from that filth.
Yeah, that'd be weird to give like a 6-year-old a nickname Spanky because they masturbate frequently. Right?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it
anyways,
can
our
be
our
fun.
guest is Kevin Spanky Long.
Came before that.
Oh, okay, good. And I'm not really too familiar with. I make it a point not to listen to any interviews before I have guests come on here. But
Good move.
is there any specific origin to the name? I always am curious about nicknames myself.
I mean, nothing that is very interesting at all. It did come from the Little Rascals kid, but I think I just looked like that kid when I was super young. I got it like mega young and just a little chubby kid running around, and they started calling me Spanky, and it stuck.
Was it the Penelope Spheris movie version, or was it the OG? You remember the remake in the 90s by the same
I think
director
It's
of
got to be
Strange
the
World?
remake because you probably had a little bowl cut action, right?
I think it came like right before the remake.
Well, the
So I
remake
think it
came
was-
out in 1994.
Oh, okay. Maybe it was probably around that time then.
Yeah.
But I know that was something my dad used to watch, those old ones, and it was just like neighborhood friends started calling me that,
So Papa Long wasn't the one who gave you the nickname?
and no, it wasn't him.
Good old Papa Long.
Just saw Pop along on that trip.
Oh, really?
How's he doing?
Yeah, we all stayed at his place because he lives up in Central California too. He's doing great. He's killing it.
Nice. What does he like to do for a hobby?
He was a surfer, but he doesn't really surf anymore. He just like treasure hunts on the beach and like rides bikes and shit, and like he likes finding junk and making it look all cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Treasure
It's like a
hunting is
treasure.
cool.
Yeah, he's basically a treasure hunter.
Yeah.
What do your parents do for fun?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Well,
My mom sent me a photo the other day of her covered in diarrhea because my nephew shit all over her, and she had a smile on her face, so it looked like she was having fun.
so I was going to say, did she think that was fun?
I guess so. She wrote for the text part of it. She said, "My first hot Carl in 20 years." I don't know what she meant.
Interesting.
I thought it was interesting.
I mean, I always thought Carl was hot from The Simpsons. but-
That's what I'm saying. Is Carl's always been hot.
Yeah.
He's just got a bod that just won't quit.
Right. Yeah. God, jeez. It's tough to top that one. I mean, but my mom, Nancy, I mean, she loves dogs,
Mhm.
and she loves running,
Mhm.
and she loves the Beatles.
Mhm.
And those are, maybe like, how is the Beatles a hobby? I consider it a hobby for her.
Oh, it's a hobby for Nancy for sure.
Her love
That's
of
great.
the
You
Beatles.
could do all three at once.
Yeah,
That's true.
it's true.
That
Which
is
is
true.
nice.
But usually while she walks or jogs, she's listening to this podcast.
Yeah, she does
Oh,
listen to every
oh.
episode.
Hi, Nancy. It's Nancy?
Yep.
Yeah, Nancy.
Oh.
You don't have to say hi to my parents. They do not know. I have not told them about this.
They don't even know that we have a podcast.
They don't even know I'm still around.
Some things are just heartbreakers.
It's okay.
Yeah.
They're better off.
But, you know, Spanky, you're a family man. You've got
That's true.
how many kids?
Just one. But I'm familiar with being shat on.
That wasn't a joke, Tom.
Well, I mean, it's still funny.
What's
Poop is funny regardless. I'm sorry. Even if it's in a serious
It's always
statement.
funny.
It's always funny. I'm sorry. It's just never not going to be.
Yeah, poop,
Mhm.
nudity,
Mm-hmm.
those are the big ones.
Oh, yeah, those are the big ones.
Yeah. But, you know, we're not here to talk exclusively about
Poop and nudity.
children pooping on adults.
Right. This isn't the Children Pooping on Adults podcast, although it could be.
Yeah, it very much could be.
Mhm.
But no, we're here to celebrate the legacy that Spanky has left behind with his skateboarding career.
Mhm.
So let's just start at the beginning. What was it like skating for City Stars?
City Stars, I mean, that was like right when I got sponsored. It was fucking sick. I was just skating with my friends all the time. I was really close with P-Rock growing up, and we were right around that time, and Mikey Taylor too. We were just like little kids, and I was just like the crew, and they got hooked up, and I was trying to figure out how to get sponsored too. And then they were like trying to help me make a sponsor me video, and then it was the kind of thing where I didn't really like fit on City Stars per se,
Yeah.
but in the process of them trying to hook me up, they were just like somewhere along the line, someone was like, "Why don't you just put them on City Stars?" And I was super down, and I was stoked that Kareem was down, and I was just like, even though I was kind of a little bit hesh at the time, not super hesh, but enough to where it wasn't like, you know how it was back then. It was like
Right.
things were more defined
Yeah.
in those areas. And, but I was like such a huge Kareem fan, and like just fans of all those dudes. And so, yeah, I was hyped. I don't know. I just wanted, it's same as now. I just wanted to skate and like somehow be able to do that in a sustainable way, honestly.
Yeah. I'm sorry I have to ask, but did you have footage in street cinema?
Oh, don't be sorry. No, that was like I got on right at like after the premiere, basically.
Well, yeah, I love all of Kareem's footage too from those old World videos.
Yeah, love Kareem.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just a great dude too. Like, he was instantly just, I mean, like, so he's just like so charismatic, but also just I don't know, right away he was like just the kind of person where everyone in the room is like, dude, that guy's the fucking sickest. Like, doesn't matter who's around. You're like that. Like, I don't know. I was just like, at the time I was probably into like Jamie Thomas and stuff, but like if Kareem was there, it would be like, damn, that's the coolest guy I've ever seen.
Yeah. It's like
I don't know if I'm doing the right job of explaining, but you know what I mean? It's just like,
no, I know exactly
it's
what
probably
you mean.
he's
like
just the
how
coolest.
Clyde Singleton explained, you know, I took him in like a little brother, you know? You know, probably you know, it's just the vibe that you probably get in general from him. I've never met the man myself, but he seems
He's just like he was just like, taking care of everyone and just killing it, being a legend.
Now, you said that you liked Jamie Thomas at the time. Was it tough to pick which other character from Tony Hawk's Pro Skater you were going to ride for?
Dude,
I was going to make a reference to Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
You're like, I don't know. It could be Zero, Shorties, could be Baker. Even though Reynolds was riding for Birdhouse at the time.
But Spanky was like,
well,
I have a feeling.
Yep.
At the time, Muska was actually hooking us up too. Like he eventually was like blowing us all for Get Over Child, and so we were like skating with Muska and Kareem all at the same time. So I basically only hung out with people
That were in Tony Hawk's
that
Pro
were
Skater.
involved with
Yeah.
Tony. Yeah, I thought those were my only options.
God,
love that.
what a life.
Yeah.
What a life. Speaking of Ghetto Child, that's Brian Herman owns Ghetto Child now, right? Didn't Brian Herman bring that back?
Is that true?
Isn't that true?
Yeah, I think I don't know the ownership stuff.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
Well, right. It's like Herman and
Yeah.
who else is it? Is it Pudwell? Is Pudwell involved or?
Did you ever catch the vibe that you and Herman were kind of like I mean, because people always ask, it's a very popular topic of conversation from especially this is skateboarding video, where people are always like, oh, which part did you like better, Herman or Spanky? Did you ever get the feeling that you two were always kind of being compared, like Rodney versus Daywan?
that's interesting. No, I mean, I honestly, I don't remember it in terms of like people comparing the video parts, but around that time we were so like inseparable, and people were actually just like confusing us often, like when we were super young, and we were just like, yeah, we were just like traveling around, both kind of like kids living outside of like away from our parents and just like kind of on tour. And but yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense. We were in the same videos and had the same sponsors and stuff, but I wasn't like super aware of it.
Yeah, the two young guns.
I forget where the contest was exactly, but we were waiting in line and some guy, I specifically remember him coming up to me and he said like, "You are Zabarni. You skated so good against Mike Carroll." And he called me Zabarni, which was like a mix, I think, of Brian and Spanky.
Interesting.
Barney.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
we embraced it back then.
those are probably the two. I mean, you know, not to even try to butter you up. I mean, I said that I like Spanky's part better especially because I like the song better.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. You did like it better,
right.
but I also agree with you. I liked it better as well.
Yeah.
Well,
but yeah, no,
I appreciate that. But
don't tell Herman.
Yeah.
He got me back in Baker 3.
I was gonna say, but then he really came into his own.
Yeah, well, he got everyone back with that part though.
Yeah, he really did. It stopped being comparable at a certain point, which was nice.
Well, that's fine. You guys kind of went down two different paths, which is completely natural when with skaters. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah.
And that's cool. But like, I've like Spanky and Herman never always was psyched on their footage as little kid footage.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And maybe that's because they were like the same age and not like littler kids. I don't know, but like it never seemed annoying.
I mean, it's pretty
which
amazing.
is hard for little kid skaters. I feel
You
like
know,
it always seems annoying.
It's pretty amazing to say, you know, you've been two of the greatest videos of all time.
Oh
Do you ever call Herman just to you know, chat about the old glory days, or or do you feel like you're perpetually still in the glory days? I'm just curious myself.
That's a good question. I mean, I definitely feel like I'm still in the glory days, without a doubt. But we do a fair amount of reminiscing, Herman and I, because we shared that time together more than any other period of our lives. Like back then, we were just like together all the time, and we don't talk all the time, but we did just catch up on the phone pretty recently. He just had a kid too, so I don't know. That's my brother, so I love that dude. He's like, you know, those years when you're fucking like 16 to 19 and you're just like seeing everything for the first time. That's like we did all that like growing up together. So that was, not to be too sincere here on your podcast, but those were some good times.
No. This is a serious and sincere podcast.
Yeah.
So please.
We are all about the
My
hard-hitting
apologies, guys.
skateboard journalism. All right.
Yeah, no, that's my fucking buddy. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
We either want the listeners to be laughing or crying, but no in between.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well.
But I like to ask this for people who have been in videos like that. I know that, clearly it was just, skateboarding just seemed like such a different vibe. From the videos that were coming out pre-internet, that it was just all taken probably more seriously for the tricks and the production in general. And, those kind of like really iconic, like pushing skateboarding. It seems like it's gotten to a level where you can't really do that anymore. But, at the time, do you ever have that feeling that you knew it was an important video, like changing the game, while you're making it, or just after the fact?
No, I think I had these actually, because I probably would have like folded under the pressure. I think with This Is Skateboarding, I was just like, I didn't even know if while filming it, if I was going to have a full part or not. And I was just kind of like getting on the team. And towards the end, it all like came together, but that one just happened. And then with Baker 3, I don't know, I was busy like getting into the things that were eventually gonna like distract me from skating. So I was just kind of like having fun, skating a bunch, still young enough to where it was like, to where I was like still stoked on skating. But I wasn't really tripping on like what the video was gonna be like. Probably more on Baker 3 than This Is Skateboarding, because I don't know, I grew up like, it was such a short period of time from when Baker started to when I got on, but in that time I was like a true, genuine biggest Baker fan. So it wasn't lost on me, but I didn't like take a moment to like be like, this is crazy. I just was like, it was just all crazy. You know what I mean? Right. Like those whole years were just like, fuck, like,
yeah, because
just getting used to that fucking whirlwind.
Yeah, because Baker 2G was already a legendary video,
right? One of the best of all time.
So to follow,
yeah, I got that shit for Christmas and was like,
lucky.
That was the best.
My mother would never allow that in the house.
I know.
She would have lost her shit.
Really?
She would have lost her shit.
Yeah, when I told you, when my aunt and uncle heard that "fuck a bitch" song at the end.
Yeah. They were psyched.
For Beagle's part,
they were like, "Oh shit!"
You're like, "Yo, this is my fucking
shit!"
Yeah. I guess I was probably not watching it in front of my folks.
Well, that's good. My mom is just nosy.
Yeah. Yeah. Around that same time, I don't know if you know this, but I also focused a board in a video, Coliseum video with a cinder block.
Oh my god, yeah, we would be like, oh yeah, Spanky ripped off Bigzo. I forgot about that.
Whoa.
No.
Whoa. We're not accusing
we...
anyone on the podcast of ripping off anyone.
No. I am saying this is what we'd be like, yo.
I believe that's what you just did.
No. I want to clarify. That is what I'm doing.
Go on.
No, I remember when that came out. Yeah, you focused it with the cinder block. We're like, whoa. Yeah. Bigzo did that in Boston Massacre.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Colin Fist's Boston Massacre or King of Freestyle's Boston Massacre, depending on which way you hold the insert.
So I'm saying we probably got more in common than you think.
Yeah, I mean, I've studied your stuff and I've copied it.
Yeah.
And I've gotten away with it until now.
Yeah, you always see, because you were stealing from the little guys. You didn't know we would become the behemoth of the industry that we have today.
It's really the only way to do it, and that's why I usually don't do podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I knew
that's the only reason we do it is
journalism.
for the gotcha moments. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just looking for, more creative board focuses and video parts. You don't see them too often.
Dude, no, absolutely. And well, that's the thing is I don't think anyone actually specifically thought Spanky was ripping you off. It was just a joke because you both focus it with the cinder block. But
And
why
the
don't
collective consciousness was just, perfect timing.
Oh yeah. Well, who else? I mean, is it Cole? Cole likes to fuck his boards up in different ways.
Chris
right?
Cole?
Yeah, Chris Cole.
When you were riding for City Stars, did you feel like Chris Cole when he was riding for Enjoy?
I don't know.
Wearing all those colored shirts and whatnot, and you're like, man, I just want to be a dark boy. I want to wear all black and
Yeah, probably.
studded belts.
Occasional striped sweater.
Yeah. I just wanted to wear my leather wristband
Yeah,
and be accepted for that.
right.
Dude, the America leather wristband that Sean Tweak had Reynolds signed twice, and Reynolds remembered.
I heard a crazy thing that
it's so funny. He said
Yeah.
he gave
Silver
it to him.
pen?
Dude, no, he had him sign it in black Sharpie the first time, and then the second time gave it to him and with a silver Sharpie. And it was both times were at Coliseum, and it was like a year and a half apart. And Reynolds started signing it, and he's like, "Didn't I sign this for you last time?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, it just didn't really show up well." So it's fucking hilarious.
I heard a story that I guess I'm not really sure. Were you part of the Piss Drunks?
I mean, it was already kind of fragmented by the time I joined the clan.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well-
I mean, I do like Shane Hale definitely punched me in the stomach on my 21st birthday and like initiated me in,
Nice.
which was not fun.
Yeah, dude seems like he'd be able to punch pretty well.
Yeah.
That was fine.
But the only reason why I'm asking is because I'm still, my brain is still on the topic of switching up gear, and I heard that Ali Bilala started dressing punk because he did it one time for Halloween as a costume, and then just liked it and decided to keep wearing it.
I don't know. That started where I was around, but I think I think it happened pretty quick. But I don't know if it was. I don't think it started from. I never heard that from Ali or any of them.
From a Halloween party. See, we're all the way over here on the East Coast.
Yeah, so we get news real late, and it's really
The game
it's
of telephone,
diluted. Yeah,
by the time from from ear to ear, it passes all the way across the country. It
really
wild.
it gets very diluted in like the Midwest. Once it's going through like Chicago and going through presumably going through like Buffalo.
Oh, and don't get me started on Cleveland.
Oh, God, Cleveland,
especially back then.
Yeah,
I actually don't want to stand in the way of any of that telephone. So let's just say,
yeah,
probably was a Halloween costume.
We'll just move on from that and say it definitely was a Halloween costume. You heard it here first on the Fancy Lad podcast.
Yeah. But you know what? Speaking of, I forget which. You guys came through. I think you came through with the America team once and the Baker team once to the Coliseum. One of the times you were wearing Walmart slip-on shoes, and you were saying how you were working with America to make some slip-ons, which presumably are the winos.
Mm-hmm.
Am I remembering this correctly? Did you have anything to do with those slip-ons, or were you just wearing the Walmart shoes?
I would trust your memory better than my own, but I probably I did wear like little Walmart shoes and shit back then. That seems accurate. I don't know. That was definitely something that we were like at that period we were trying to push for like smaller, like little, we used to call them hot dogs. I don't know why. Like little Walmart shoes. We'd be like, I think that was like an Ellington thing. You'd be like, look at you and your little hot dogs. But we were trying to get little hot dogs made.
Matt
but, yeah.
Tomasello just calls them slutty little shoes.
Yeah, he calls them little
Yeah.
slutty little shoes.
Yeah.
But I mean, those are good shoes, and you know that was a good, you know, that's like the same time like the Francis came out, and like, you know, Reynolds 3s, a bunch of little slutty shoes for America, and those are great shoes. I love the Francis. I probably had like 8 pairs of those.
Right,
fantastic.
I don't remember which one was the Francis. That sounds familiar.
They were like a mid top Reynolds 3, pretty much.
Oh yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, they were nice. I liked them a lot.
But you know, now that we you know, covered all of your you know, your most iconic video parts,
They covered slutty shoes.
Covered slutty shoes.
Talked about
although I mean
people getting shit on by babies.
There's more. There's definitely more. You know.
Oh, there's more. We could go deeper.
Stay Gold.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Right.
Did you pick that Captain Beefheart song?
Yeah, that I did.
Oh, that's kind of weird because I used Captain Beefheart in a video way before that. So that's
interesting.
Is it weird, or are you noticing a pattern?
Yeah, I'm noticing a pattern here.
No, I digress. No, I used the song in a montage. I'm sad, glad. I'm glad.
Yeah,
I had to sing it off of Safest Milk.
It's a good song.
Yeah, the whole album front to back is just straight bangers. You know, you can't go wrong with that song before. You know, and then you know, God knows what happened on Trout Mask Replica. Am I right?
I'm down.
He's here for it.
Spanky's down.
Honestly, I'm down.
You heard it here first.
And the flippin' pie flew over the moon with the octopus on his tail.
I probably have it. No, my tapes aren't in here, but I do have that on cassette.
I mean, I love it as an anomaly, but you know, I'm not gonna pop it on as much as Safe as Milk. You know.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna listen to it just to remind myself, like, what the fuck were they? How was it? They had to be on so much acid. You know, it's a crazy album.
Or had been on so much acid.
Fun fact: it's Matt Groening's favorite album.
That's weird.
Yeah,
I heard that Bart Simpson is based off of Captain Beefheart.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Because he was Matt Groening's neighbor.
Yeah, true story. But moving on, you know, I love what you've done. Okay, and I mean, clearly, I don't know if you've heard this a lot, but the transition from hammer skater to creative skater, or kind of, I mean, I have to call it. Would you consider yourself a creative skater now? Like, you can clearly see the difference in your parts. I mean, you know, I just don't know how you want to describe it.
You can't say you're just you're a slappy guy now, because a lot of your slappies are like 6 feet tall.
Right. There's a lot of spots, trick selection.
Yeah, it's a lot of
it's
a lot very spot driven.
I mean, you can call yourself more of a low impact guy,
I think
that's not giving yourself enough credit.
Or is this the first time that you're hearing that it's less of a hammer guy, and we're breaking news to you?
And it's actually saddening you that you haven't been working down these sets.
You look pissed off, honestly.
I'm a hammer guy. Always have been. I mean, never like tried to shift gears or anything, except for when I just was like hurt and had to get creative when I couldn't. But not like when I couldn't like jump down shit for a while. But man, if I could skate rails, I still would. You know, like I just skate however I can in that moment as best as I can, like whatever counts as a trick. And you know what I mean? Like you get to a spot and you try to think of the best thing you can do there. And if you got to get creative to do it because you can't jump the way you used to do, and that's just how you're going to skate. I mean, I'm not like you guys. Like I'm not as like conceptual about it. I just kind of like go in a direction and follow that direction. if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like I'll get into skating ledges and I'll skate ledges more, and I'll just do kind of like the tricks that I'm better at than others. And if I'm like doing a lot of slappies, I'll try to do like a slappy on a bigger thing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to digress into that route, actually. Not digress, but you know what I'm saying. My skating is slowly starting to become more normal like that.
Right.
But it is also you move in directions that like skateboarding is like, I think it's cool right now. Skateboarding is kind of like in some ways, a lot of people are in like a post Hammers kind of mindset because there is only so far you can go, it seems. Right. And then and then it's not that you can't go any further. You just tap out and let like the guys who do that. You're like, okay, Jamie Foy, you go skate the big ass rails because you're doing like 20 times as big as most rail skaters.
I was just going to bring up
stand
Jamie
back,
Foy.
watch that guy.
Right. It's like once people, if Jamie Foy is front crooking down like a fucking double kink rail, like fucking, you don't have to deal with the handrail. You're good. People are fucking like 50 and like fucking like 4 flat, 4 flat, 4 flat, 4 flat, 4. You know, just the longest shit ever.
Your Kyle Walker types and people like that.
Well, it's it's because of that damn cross pinch that for some reason that wasn't information that we had when we were younger. No one knew about the cross punch.
Otherwise, Tom and I would be 50-50 in like 20 kink trails.
Slappy, we'd be doing. Oh my God, Slappy. Yeah, just call him Slappy. Actually, I think that's a pretty good new nickname for you. Let's call you Slappy. If we knew about the cross pinch, we would be doing this interview mid-50 right now.
Yeah.
Well, all I was trying to say
they also solved sacking. I feel like they can just sack in ways that we couldn't. They just casually sack rails, and they're just like
they just kind of like grab the rail beforehand, right, to prevent it, or
yeah. I just get sliced in half.
You know, I wasn't going to bring this up on this podcast. I'd thought about it, and I wasn't going to. But since you brought it up, and since I know you have been to this spot, I got sacked the other day so fucking hard. My ball sack.
I heard about this.
So purple.
Yeah.
My left nut is so swollen. I'm gonna go to I think urgent care tomorrow because it's been a week.
You probably should have gone sooner, honestly.
Well, probably, but I thought for a while I was like, this seems like the normal amount of trauma for eating shit on your nuts. But Spanky, you're not gonna believe. I got fucking racked on
the curb that you took to me.
Exactly.
Yeah,
on the
curb.
On the curb.
The slappy curb.
No.
Yes.
What? That's what you sacked?
Dude, right? I went front. I was going front side, doing front side nose slide, just completely slipped out, went completely horizontal, and just landed on my dick first. And at first I was like, all right, my nuts are fine, because really I landed on my dick. And also my dick was very bruised, but the nuts are the concerning part.
I didn't know that was possible.
Dude, I didn't either, and you know I've never got sacked before.
Front nose, you slipped, and then you just fell like going backwards, but onto your stomach.
Yeah, so I was just going like front nose, like pop over. So it was like kind of like in like you get in and you're kind of in like back nose blunt. You know what I mean? And it just completely slipped out. And I went to like put my hands down, but I was like aiming for the curb and like missed. Ah, dude.
Now
it's really.
Well,
dude,
I'm sorry. That's impressive. And
Thank
get
you.
it checked out.
Now I'm so impressed that I'm starting to wonder. Does Tom just have extremely large balls?
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing I didn't want to tell you about. Is that
huge target?
Not one's swollen now, so it's the size of a blimp. Before they're like volleyball to basketball size, you know?
Damn.
And when my dick swelled up, it was like it almost got to the size of an almond. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe have the doc take a peek.
Yeah, I might have the doc take a little peeky boo at it, you know?
But yeah, like I was saying about who doesn't love a good comeback, you know? And I hate to say that there is a divide between old Spanky and new Spanky, but what I'm trying to say is new Spanky, I'm here for it. I love it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Um,
I haven't
I'm probably having more fun lately than even back then. But I mean, this is skateboarding was probably pretty fun, and I feel like because I could like I could relatively stress free film a video part and like fly down things. It's a lot harder now, and I'm not flying as much, but it's more fun I think now.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you appreciate this version.
Well, you probably get to skate more in this version as well. Presumably, less potential for getting really fucking worn down, like hopping down huge sets. You know?
Yeah, hucking a switch frontside big spin. Yeah.
I don't know. When I was 17, I was probably bouncing back
Oh, yeah,
better
that's
from
true.
16th stairs than I am from my little slappies now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's crazy that you've been hanging out with the comedian crowd of skateboarding, because we've been trying to make you laugh this entire podcast. It hasn't been working.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Tough crowd.
He's more into West Coast comedy, apparently.
Yeah. It happens.
Yeah, big West Coast guy.
Yeah.
Just different.
Yeah. And you've come out with like 3 parts in the past like half a year, which is very impressive on its own. Did you use Matt King's song for your shoe release part?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Am I right with that? Was it his band Communion?
Yeah, it was. I've been skating with Matt a bunch, and I just think like all the stuff Matt makes is super rad. And we were like not really sure what that was going to be. It was supposed to just be like a little commercial or a couple of commercials, and I just like we were just trying to get an ad, and it was like right after that other video part I put out. We got on a little bit of a roll trying to get an ad and got some more things. And Matt was there for the last little trick that kind of made it a little bit, turned it, I think, into more than just a little commercial.
Was it the Wally 180?
Yeah, like Wally 180, and he came with, and it was like the last day to film for the thing right before, and we didn't really have a song because, like I said, it was going to be just like some commercials.
Mm-hmm.
And then sent the clip over to Minor and was talking to Matt, like walking back to the car, and I had already been asking him about his music just because I'd seen stuff that he had made, like little edits, and I've seen his videos and stuff, and I was just kind of like prodding around, like, yeah, where can, like, I'm not very like tuned in like SoundCloud and all that shit, and I was just like, how do I listen to your music? I'm just like old, I don't know. It's just like, I'll send you some shit, and then I was like on my way home from the spot, and basically like he sent me some things. He's like, I think I have one that would work, and then I was like, oh, this is perfect. And basically, yeah, we just plugged it in right there. It's like out the next day, which just worked out.
Damn.
I love it. And see, Tom, I told you he's still a hammer skater. That Wally 180 was a pretty fat drop, bro.
That's true. That's my bad.
Yeah.
I'll stop saying that Spanky isn't a hammer skater.
I'm not a hammer skater. And
that's all I do. I walk around
have...
Boston just announcing that to everyone. And most people are like, sir, I'm just looking for the duck doors.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just waiting for the next thing that Big does to rip that off. So
yeah.
You just lead the way.
I was gonna say I should just be emailing you.
So we got so far.
Peeks.
We got the Cinder Block. We got Captain Beefheart, and now he's still our sweet Matt King.
Yep. Right out from under us.
Yeah.
Our sweet boy.
The whole individual.
Skeleton's name?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. What was that?
What's that? What did you...
Oh, Larry?
That you were around when you were on the... Oh, yeah. Well, let me introduce you to Barry.
Damn it!
Just kidding. No, but I would like to get one of those skeletons.
You gotta go. You gotta get to Party City pretty early around Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
I know. You seen those giant ones? My neighbor has one. It's like
Oh, the ones
20 feet tall.
Yeah, they're at like Home Depot, I think, sells them. The fucking huge skeletons. Yeah, those are awesome.
Yeah.
That should be all year decor. I don't know why they don't like decorate.
It is for my neighbor.
Like grave, like they should do like fucking cemeteries like that, you know?
And I know you probably don't want to
In a cemetery, yeah.
Yeah, it'd make it more fun to visit grandma.
Yeah, they should just make cemeteries into a year-long haunted house.
Yeah, just have a bunch of people in Michael Myers masks popping out.
Yeah, paid by the
and
state
they're just like,
just for the love of the game.
They're like, do I make you horny, baby? Hey, we did it.
He's a very stoic man, this Kevin Long, you know?
Well, he's got the camera just right below his nose, so we can't see if he's fucking smiling or not.
Oh, my bad. I'm smiling. I told you I was allergic today.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, I didn't let
Sorry.
I'm
let
Tom
laughing under
know
here.
that.
I'm doing silent laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's cool. That's
my
like
whole fam's sick, right?
I'm used to silent laugh. That's usually what I get. That's the response I usually get when I try to tell jokes to people.
Yeah,
and I'm like, they enjoy it. They're just not responding whatsoever.
They're cracking up.
I was just not trying to blow. I wasn't trying to blow your headphones out.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's
these are expensive headphones. These are Studio Wireless 3 by Beats.
Yeah,
by Dr. Dre.
I know that you probably don't want to divulge this information, but what is the program that you use to edit all your animations that are so dang great on the dang Instagram?
Well, thanks for saying they're great. It's I use like a few different things because I don't really know. I just kind of I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like making it up as I go along, but I just do it. I have like a Photoshop app, and I do like frame by frame in like still frames, like as if they were just photos, and then I just put it into any video editor. I have one that's called Perfect Video, and I just put each frame in there and then create audio, save it, speed it up, just like if you were doing like a really rudimentary drawing animation. You draw one, like the whole thing out, but you just do that on Photoshop.
Yeah, Photoshop
on the phone.
On the phone.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You got
there's like a bunch of different apps, not Photoshop, but like different apps that like essentially do the same thing. There's one called Juxtaposer, and I use that a lot. But I just do all that crap and then move it into a video thing and then put them all together and speed it up. And
yeah, you should have some in your skate edits for the bigger companies. You ever pitch it?
Oh,
you ever pitch it to Minor?
Mm-hmm. And actually, they mentioned doing some of that for this thing. I mean, it's definitely something I'd be interested in sprinkling it in, but it's you'll probably see it in there somewhere. It'd be fun to do it a more planned out way, a more deliberate way. But yeah, for now it's just it's what I do for fun on Instagram.
Yeah.
Well, if you're looking to do it in a more deliberate way, we should put you in touch with our boy Matt Taylor, who actually lives in LA now, right?
It's true, and he's looking for friends. He says
he's looking for friends.
He's very lonely,
but he's a great skater, amazing fucking video editor.
Right, he skates with DJ Doug Pound a lot. I don't know if you ever skate with him out there.
Yeah, I skate with Doug. Maybe I've met your friend Matt.
I know Matt whooped Heath's ass in Mario Kart, and Heath was mad about it. I know that.
That is true. He took it out on him the next day. When
Yeah,
they
he
were playing
played him in basketball and fucking yeah.
Yeah, he's
Fouled
pretty competitive. he fouls.
Oh, he fouls.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Heathen Fowler.
I could. You're a skate artist. You'll be the first one to admit it. You'll walk up, you say, "Hey, name's Spanky. I'm a skate artist."
Hey, table for one. Name's Spanky. I'm a skate artist.
Always how I introduce myself.
Sir,
yeah.
sir, we don't have tables here. You're at the pickup window at a Chipotle.
Oh, nice.
Do they have drive-thrus? Probably not.
I don't know.
Whatever.
I probably would have gone with Dairy Queen or something like that.
I was gonna say Chilicates, and I was like, well, he's not in
No,
JP,
yeah.
so it's not. That's not a chain.
Need to keep it much broader than that.
God, man, I'm dumb.
So, long story short, Spanky, Tom's pretty dumb, and I apologize for him.
That's the reason we're trying to do this whole podcast is just so people know that I'm dumb.
Yeah.
That's perfectly all right, and I appreciate the apology.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
But I'm sure you have a million questions for us, Spanky.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, basically just wondering what's next,
I'm glad you asked.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking we got like maybe 25 comfortable years left on the planet before shit turns, and gets real bad.
Whoa. I thought this was supposed to be some lighthearted podcast about hard-hitting skateboard journalism.
Oh, that's my bad. I was thinking of a different podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So let's do that one. What's next?
Yeah. Well, Yeah. Oh, it sounded like you were going to say something. I would like to, try to, I want to collaborate with every single, creative mind in skateboarding.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I want to remake the movie Grind.
Ooh,
as a sequel.
Sick. I'd watch it.
Grind 2. Ground. Is that the past tense of grind?
What's your favorite skateboard fictional movie? Or anything in the pop culture that has to do with skateboarding outside of the industry? Like Grime, Gleam the Cube, Thrashin', et cetera. Even if it's
Deck Dogs,
Rocket Power.
Is Deck Dogs the Australian one?
I feel like if I had to watch one tonight, it would probably be Gleaming the Cube.
But knew it.
We rented that quite a bit when I was a kid, and Christian Slater. I don't know. That's a good one.
Do you remember that one line?
I feel like it kind of holds up as like an action movie. I haven't seen it in a long time, but it's just like it's a fun genre without the skateboarding.
I love Gleaming the Cube.
I feel like the rest of those are just kind of like a little more gimmicky. Again, with my serious answers here. I'm sorry, guys.
I like Thrashin' personally, but
yeah, I like Gleaming the Cube more.
But what was that one line in it?
What in what?
Dickhead. Wait, what is it?
Don't give me no jerk off hand job.
Yeah. You remember that line?
Yeah, that's from Gleaming the Cube. Don't give me no jerk off hand job. Gleaming the Cube's great. Initially that movie, I know I've mentioned this before, but initially it was written about Christian Slater was a champion chess player, and then at like the last minute they were like, we got to put something interesting in here, so they made him a skater.
It kind of makes it feels like it was like already a movie, and then they put the skateboarding in rather than
like that's like an afterthought.
Which I'm not shitting on Thrashin', but what about the bad guy from Hackers?
The bad guy from Hackers skating? Exactly. That's a good answer.
Mm-hmm.
I love that movie. That movie holds up.
It's a good movie.
We watched that. We watched that like just a few months ago at Cam's Cam's birthday party.
Yeah.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Yeah. Also, Freddy on a skateboard. I know you have the Freddy Krueger sweatshirt. That scene with him skateboarding is one of my personal favorites.
Yeah, love Freddy.
What do you think is the most accurate depiction in a movie, though? I'm going to give you 3 options. Kids, mid-90s, or Street League.
You're asking what the most accurate depiction of skateboarding is?
Yeah, skateboarding culture.
Out of those three.
Okay.
And you know what? We'll throw just in case, we'll throw in Toy Story as well. Just in case.
Okay. Honestly, it's not going to be a popular answer, but I think mid-90s.
Yeah.
I think mid-90s was
I
pretty accurate.
I feel like that was more relatable to me than like Street League. Is that what you said? Street League?
Oh, Street Dreams. Street Dreams.
Oh, yeah, Street Dreams is what I meant. Yeah.
I thought
but also,
I thought you were like throwing Street League in there.
Yeah. But again, we
also
agree with
not
you.
Relatable.
Not many people can relate to Street League either. Yeah, no. Wow, another hard flip revert.
I would have thought kids, but again, this is East Coast New York skateboarding.
Kids seems exaggerated to me.
I mean, for sure. I mean, well,
I mean, it seems like the most extreme ends of things. Just like, all right, let's take this extreme, and throw them in there. It's like totally possible and plausible.
I mean, without all the sex stuff of the plot, I'm just saying strictly like the characters and the way they talk. But I mean, mid-90s was pretty accurate.
Right. I mean, if you're throwing sex into it, it's not going to be realistic unless they aren't getting laid until they're like 25.
Yeah. Well,
for me, I'm not going to be able to relate.
Yeah, I was going to say, who knows? I don't know if, Spanky had the same, experience, and I'm not going to ask him, quite frankly.
I mean, probably, I would assume yes, but probably not.
Yeah. You'd assume yes. What?
I just like to err on the side of safety,
Well, he's got a kid, so this is, I'm jealous of I'm jealous of everyone who has a kid because
they've had sex.
Exactly.
They can prove it.
They have this hard evidence. I got nothing. You only have my word to go on it.
Right. That's true.
But moving on.
It's true.
I was going to say that what's coming up next for Fancy Lad is that we are going to become some of the most famous comedians that have been, launched out of the skateboard industry. But
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is like we're done with this skate shit. We're moving on.
But after this podcast, I'm not too sure, Tom.
I know because the reaction from the crowd has been fucking horrible.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, they say you gotta have a big bomb before you can really succeed. So this is our bomb moment, which is perfect.
Let these failures motivate you. Okay,
this is setting us up for 2 days from now.
That's all I'm trying to do here. I'm just trying to motivate you here.
Thank you. We appreciate that. Someone has to do it.
I'm sorry if I'm being a shit crowd.
It's okay. It's not your fault. I appreciate.
Let me take this
the non-pandering.
to say that I'm a big fan. I am a big fan of what you guys do, and I love it.
Yes.
And I do, and I was genuinely wondering what's next because I always watch everything you guys put out when I'm down, even if I'm not audibly laughing when I'm in front of you.
Nice. Well, we are working on a video called Power Suck.
Oh, sick. See, I'm in.
And
dude, it's weird. Like 99.9% of men that we tell that title to are 100% in.
And I did have the idea, maybe this
word
is
combo.
Yeah, right. Power, love it. Suck, absolutely love it.
Yep,
I'm down.
I did have the idea to promote it, and I don't know yet. I haven't written it or anything. I don't know if I'm going to follow through. But to promote the video, I was thinking about making a video about Fancy Lad having a complete rebrand as the jockiest skateboard company of all time.
Right.
And then you fill in the blanks. I haven't written it yet.
I'm nodding yes for the listeners.
Yeah.
They love that. This is an oral format.
So, it's just a very general idea.
Sounds good.
obviously it's going to be a lot funnier. Everyone's going to have to trust me when
I
you know
trust
it's
you.
actually
I'd love to see where you take that.
when you fill in the details. You know,
Hey, it's still on the board in the writing room. You know, we're working out the kinks here.
right?
Just giving you a loose outline.
Yeah.
I'm for it. I'll be tuning in.
Well, you know, we've been wanting to write a skate comedy for some time, but you know, it's got to have very much not to do with skateboarding because you know I always think it's just if you try to write skate jokes, they're just too esoteric. You know, it's just like you need to cater to a broader audience. You know, they just need to be characters like Gleam in the Cube that just happen to be skateboarders. You know.
Yes.
Well, I was thinking is more like kind of like, you know, like The Simpsons, where Simpsons funny to kids, you know, but there's a bunch of shit you don't get unless you're an adult, and then when you're an adult, you watch it and it's like, oh, this is way funnier. It's got to be like that, where it's applicable to everyone. But if you're a skater, it's even more so.
Yeah, I feel the same way about Seinfeld. Maybe Bart Simpson would have been a good answer to that skateboard culture joke.
Yeah.
I mean, question.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Well, we can edit that in. Here, why don't you just get a clean take saying Bart Simpson?
Bart Simpson.
There we go. All right, perfect.
Yes.
Have you ever like actually started writing a script?
I've been trying to. I started to a little bit because I've been talking to that person that we were talking about, Matt Taylor, and you know, I'm trying to go about it in the same way David Lynch writes a movie, where he writes a different idea on 37 Post-it notes, and then he just connects the dots.
Yeah.
You know?
I can see that working. I feel like you guys, I mean, like, one of the best things you do is just the tone of everything. So I think if you make something, if you just, like, you would find a way to connect all that shit. You wouldn't have to write skate jokes. It would just be like a fucking funny, sick tone. You should just do it. Just make something.
So that's what I was thinking, is that we should just do something.
Just do it.
We spend a lot of time thinking about and talking about doing, and not as much time doing, which is difficult because we don't have too many people down with the doing, you know? Especially when it comes to anything that isn't just skateboarding.
Yeah, and we can't all quit our day jobs, but, you know, that's all going to change.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, we could all quit our day jobs, but we probably would not be able to pay rent or buy groceries.
True. That's true.
Or beer.
That's also true.
Well, hopefully some billionaires listening right now, and they can fund your project.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, do you think that would be an insulting way to go about it, is to start GoFundMe and for funding a project like that? Like, do you think that would just be us sacrificing our
integrity?
Our dignity, you know? Our pride? Like, oh, there's
I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. I don't know anything about making a feature, but I wouldn't be annoyed if I saw it on the internet. I'd donate.
Like, because people do it to make albums all the time, and who needs music? No, they need films.
Yeah, I've seen people do it for fucking Uber rides to work.
That's crazy.
I agree.
That's annoying.
Yeah.
But
I agree. But I have seen
maybe if they need it, I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to fly down there to LA, and I'm going to rub elbows with Hollywood stars over there. You know, maybe I'll go in for some auditions too, just to start to make a name for myself, you know.
He might even go in for a kiss. He might.
Who are you going to kiss?
Is there a Kiss reunion show going on or something?
Oh, dude, I wish. If there is, I'm going with you.
All right, sick.
Only if the Unk Warrior is there.
Oh. Let alone if the Ultimate.
You guys are on a green screen?
No, we're in our studio. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Is it just because my stomach looks weird right now?
Like you're already making a film.
Listen,
I shouldn't have worn this green shirt.
Listen, this is This is just a side effect of Tom hitting us nuts on the curb, okay?
Yeah, I haven't gone to the doctor yet, but I guarantee this is just a side effect of my swollen nut.
You're disappearing like Back to the Future.
Dude, I wish.
You
That would
gotta
be
get
that's
your
my
parents
dream.
to hook up.
Every day, dude. I've tried so hard to go back in time and stop my parents from meeting.
Yeah.
By, courting my mother.
Yeah.
And I wake up and I'm like, is it happening? Am I disappearing? I'm like, damn it, no, I'm still solid.
I know,
This
you
fucking
always
sucks.
tell me how your mother's like really, really hot.
Oh my God, you should have seen her in 65, my dude.
I know. You know what? I'm just gonna be right back.
This is a classic
mind me.
Bigzo piss break right here.
I think you guys need a chance to catch up while I'm gone.
This is what we call classic Bigzo piss break, Spanky. Big's got a very small bladder.
Gets uncomfortable talking about time travel.
Every time I bring up traveling back in time to have sex with my own mother, he feels the need to leave the room.
That's very suspicious.
It is strange. I feel like, is there something? I feel like it's like some Freudian shit with him,
Yeah. Freudian.
Yeah, Freudian. Frodo-ian. Yeah.
Yeah. Clearly.
Oh my goodness. So let's talk about your new Spanky what the G6 shoes. Oh shit, John Tweak, come in here. Shit, let's get a peek of those. Oh, my roommate's wearing them right now.
Is he really?
Yeah. He said I sent him a link as soon as they came out. I was like, oh shit, that's one of his favorite shoes of all time. Ah, here we go. He even took it off his foot. Let's look at this. Let's look at this beauty. Let's look at this beauty.
Sick.
Let's give it a sniff.
Tight.
Oh yeah, he's been wearing it. He said he almost did a first try kickflip. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good looking shoe. Actually, I got the Tilt remakes on right here too.
Damn.
It's
America
fucking-
heads. What's up?
Dude, oh my God, we got a lot of fucking America shit around this apartment. We got
That's sick.
one of those. Remember the America like brown paper shopping bags? You remember those from fucking?
Yeah.
We got one of those with all you guys signed on it. We got our fucking cabinet with all our dishes in it. When you open it up, it has like, oh yeah, we got this guy right here. John, you want to grab the one from the dish cabinet? Oh yeah, we got this fucking signed bag. It's pretty good.
Man, I wish I would have went to the house when we were there. I feel like we were pretty close, right? When we were at you guys live right by the.
Oh, dude, yeah, no, right by the curb.
Well,
yeah, we were like
by we were skating.
Yeah, it was like 2 blocks away. Yeah.
Yeah, why didn't you guys come back and hang
Wish I
out
could
at
have
our
seen the
house?
pad. I don't remember. I feel like you and I were skating the curb, and then I had to like run back because they were leaving.
Yeah, I kept trying to convince Kyle to bring all the boys back to the crib, but it wasn't happening.
He wasn't ready to throw his weight around.
Do you just keep it clean? Like,
What, the place?
The apartment?
Yeah.
Well, the podcast studio is much cleaner than the Fancy Lad house. But, I would say it's relatively clean. Pretty cluttered.
This is going to look good on the green screen. This is hanging up in our dish cabinet. Fucking classic team photos here. You're not in it, unfortunately. I'm sorry. We might be able to doodle you in there.
Is that straight from the mag?
Yeah, it's straight from the mag.
Very nice.
The mag.
The mag.
So what's your personal favorite part that you've ever filmed?
My personal favorite what? Video part?
Yeah, that you've ever filmed.
I don't know. I guess I thought of it. I guess the most recent Baker Thrasher one is probably my favorite, just because of it's probably recency bias because it just happened, but also it's just like the whole thing about that.
The horses
was,
part?
it's like right when my daughter was born. Yeah, horses. And I don't know, just a time. It's just I think I'm able to skate more now how I like actually want to skate and not just like what I think I should be skating.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little older and been around for and so and feel a little bit more secure about in here, I guess. And so I just feel like that was we got time to like just do it how make it how we want to just make it. And that was the first time also I've been in a video that wasn't like a part of a larger project. So I wasn't working on other people's schedules. So although at this point in my life I'm not going to be able to like do as gnarly as shit as I would want to, I got to do all the stuff that was like on my list and that I wanted to do the particular project, and I had the time to do that. That makes sense.
Well, there's no one way of skating, you know.
Yeah, surely.
So as long as you're pushing the envelope in one direction or another, you know, a tree has many branches. But, you know, people usually only people, well, which makes sense. You know, I consider us rooted in the same sort of traditional skating from Fancy Lad. We didn't always skate weird, but, you know, it branched off in that direction, you know. Whether our branch is like a lot further away than, you know, than yours is from like the main route, you know.
Our branch might be dead and falling off the tree.
Mm-hmm.
It's still there. All the berries are rotten.
Yeah, they're poisonous.
Oh, they're poisonous berries. You don't want to eat those.
Well, I'm not saying
you'll
I don't
shit your
have
brains out.
any rotten berries.
Yeah,
I got some rotten myself, but you know, it's just I'm not trying to say it's like my most recent shit that I ever did. It's just the one that feels good right now, you know.
Yeah. Well, you know, you gotta love how skate parts are all like a time capsule that you can look back on, you know, your life, you know, because skate videos they're documentaries. They're documenting all the tricks that you did, but you know, they're not, you know, a fictional account of any way, you know. But man, I totally got sidetracked. I was going to say something else, and then I started thinking about that.
I'm sorry.
What's the best Fancy Lad video?
Oh,
well, that's a pretty
Best
easy question.
project
It's
you
actually
guys have been a part of.
that's actually Power Suck, which is the newest one, which isn't out yet.
no.
You're on the same tip.
No, it's the parody title of This Is Skateboarding, titled Is This Skateboarding? Because, you know, it's like when
Title.
oh yeah, this is what I was gonna say. You know, it's weird with like creative skateboarders. A lot of the time, you know, people will, I don't know, they sort of like give it a lot more credibility. It happens in art all the time, like Picasso, you know, being classically trained and then going, you know, doing weird shit. And the same thing happens all the time in skateboard. I mean, even with Fancy Lad, like Colin Fisk and Matt Tomasello, but like even you can argue like with like Gons, even, you know, from his video days part to like everything else after it. You kind of prove yourself in some regards, and then you give this sort of people are like, oh, it like legitimizes like what you actually want to do afterwards. I don't know, it's a weird thing in art.
Well, it's like jazz.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like jazz musicians, it's like you listen to it, could, you know, it's like, oh, I could do that. It's just fucking anything. But no, it's like they can only do that because they know like they could do everything else. They know exactly what is the right thing to play. You know, that's how they can explore these other areas of it, is because they are so in tune with like the base knowledge of it.
Right.
Yeah, and it helps if you can prove yourself first in like the conventional lane.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
for sure.
I think it helps for the viewer, but also just, I mean, obviously it's going to help the art itself too. You know, a lot of people can't just a lot of people say they can make a Pollock painting, but then if they actually tried, there's all these subtleties to it that, you wouldn't really pick up on if you were an artist yourself. But back to your question, is this skateboarding? Which, I compare it to, if you like a band, a lot of bands start off, either bands start off their first album's their best, or they have a slow build to their breakthrough album, and that's what I think is the skateboarding is. It's kind of like, I don't know if you want to compare it to the Beatles making Revolver or Sgt. Pepper, or where there's a clear shift in the sort of direction and just quality in general, But let me try to think of some more contemporary bands other than the Beatles,
You thinking Wings?
I'm thinking like Wilco making
I know
Yankee
exactly what you
Hotel
mean, though.
Foxtrot, I would say Radiohead's OK Computer, but that's just their second album. But
Well, I mean, I think Hail to the Thief probably gets more into that
I would
territory.
say Kid A.
Well, yeah, Kid A, but Hail to the Thief kind of is like a mix between, is kind of like a perfect halfway point between the Bends and Kid A,
Oh, right. Yeah, OK Computer was their third album.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so yeah. So Pablo Honey, the Bends, OK Computer.
What you been listening to, Spanky?
Mm-hmm.
It's a good question. A lot of little kid music.
Blink 182?
The Wiggles?
Yeah. Just like Rappy and
Banana
Elma.
Phone?
Yeah, Banana Phone slaps.
Yeah. You show your kid that classic Banana Phone like flash animation from like 20 years ago?
Yeah. No, we do. Yeah, we have been running that, and a lot of old Sesame Street and shit. But I don't know. Like I honestly do listen to like a lot of jazz and just kind of like sounds so stupid to even say that, but just I like just instrumental stuff and just weird. I just like kind of am constantly exploring music, which is easy now with like Apple Music and Spotify and all that shit. I just like look for a record I've never heard and just listen to it.
You
try to mix it up each time.
You ever listening to Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass?
Yeah, fuck with that,
dude. That shit, yeah. Whipped cream and other delights. Oof.
God, love that album cover.
Oof, it's so good.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oof.
But yeah, I don't know. I have like it sounds like I have like a pretentious music taste or something like that, but I don't actually. I just get bored really easily.
Yeah.
I feel like anytime anyone is actually into music, people label them as pretentious. You know what I mean? If you actually have any information about music
shit out there,
well, yeah.
I just don't really. I know what you mean, but I feel like there's so much shit out there that I've never heard that I'm just constantly trying to like catch up on it, and I feel like I'm not even scratching the surface.
Well, no, for sure, because especially if you're only covering like songs in the English language, like there's so much fucking shit out there that like you would never encounter or even be able to necessarily understand, but you can still appreciate and enjoy, but, it's impossible to be exposed to all of that shit.
Well, I mean, there's only so much good pop music, especially.
Well, yeah, for sure.
It's like after a certain point, you're like, I've digested all of the good pop music that has ever been made.
Right.
I mean, I know there's a lot of lo-fi stuff that flies under the radar, but
yeah, but I mean, that wouldn't even be considered pop at that point, because pop would imply popular.
It's also weird how you're yeah. It's weird. My taste kind of changes too. So shit, like I don't know. I never listened to like the Beatles and shit, like for so long because I just thought I don't know why. I just was like, oh, I already heard all that stuff, and then it kind of like comes back around. That Apple TV documentary came out, and everyone was talking. I was watching that. Did you guys watch that?
Oh yeah, Get Back.
the
Yeah, I
Get
haven't
Back
seen it.
thing.
I
Yeah.
only saw
Oh,
the
yeah, it
Yeah,
was
first
so
amazing.
I had that on, and I was like, damn, I've been writing the Beatles off for so long that I need to just like give them a listen. And like, I listened to that record a couple times. I was like, I mean, it's the Beatles. They're good.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
I mean, I had kind of the opposite thing where going into that, I was like, I feel like I know everything and have seen every like piece of footage of the Beatles that has existed. I can't imagine this is going to be anything new, but that's all it was just all new footage, and it was fucking amazing.
Yeah,
yeah, that's totally a weird.
I've been avoiding it.
Oh no, for sure.
Because
And
I've
I
been
mean, that's
burnt
one of
out on
those
it.
things where no, absolutely, you grow up hearing that shit everywhere. Your parents are playing it. It's on the radio, but then you get to a point where you realize, like, oh, these were like fucking like 20 to like 20 like 4-year-old guys doing this shit. You know, they're like young kids essentially. Like, I don't know. Yeah, well, once you have a perspective of like time and everything,
Yeah.
it kind of is like, oh, okay, like this is same thing with like Kiss. You know,
I was
like,
gonna say Kiss Destroyer's the best example I have, where
Yeah.
I hated Kiss.
yeah, for so long, and then you listen to that and you put it in perspective, like, okay, this is fucking what year did that come out? 74. Like, no one's doing shit like this. These guys look like maniacs. Like,
Yeah.
this is insane. This is actually like kind of like some breakthrough shit, you know?
Right.
Same thing with Rush. I used to like be like, yo, fuck Rush, and then I was like, yo, I'm stupid. Rush is fucking they're so good.
Yeah. Yeah, you get to be a lot more open-minded in your old age.
But it's hard
Yeah.
growing up hearing all that
You're that
shit on the
crying baby.
radio. Yeah. Oh my goodness. She heard us mention Rush, huh?
She is not into Rush.
Still sad about Neil Peart.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, Spanky's a few years older than me, so I'm still gonna make my comeback.
Oh, that's it. And you're a few years older than me. So
I'm 1
I
year
have
older than you, dude.
Okay, well, I mean, what is a few? Some say it's 3. I say it's 1.
Yeah.
So I also have room for a comeback. Maybe 2.
But my comeback's gonna be different. I'm gonna start hucking the biggest fucking sets,
Mhm.
biggest handrails.
My comeback's going to be even more different because it's like, where is he coming back from?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Where was he?
No one's gonna know.
Where the fuck was this dude? Who is this guy?
Yeah. Well, you know, Spanky, you
To look forward to in Power Suck.
exactly.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, just so you know the origin of the name Power Suck, Fisk used to just really be into collaging, and he made this collage of all these bodybuilders, but he would cut their pectoral muscles straight to their necks and head so they all looked like penises, and he titled it Power Suck.
It is a fantastic piece of art.
Sounds great.
We're going to have to send you a visual on it so you can just
Yeah,
see
please,
how great
please
it
send me
is.
the visual.
Because
That
you're a
sounds
fan.
right.
Because you're a fan of art,
Yeah.
you know? You're a fan of the arts. So I felt like I had to tell you. You know?
Yeah. You're speaking my language. Yeah.
But yeah, you know, you've been killing it. I almost want to say what's next for Spanky, but I'm just assuming you're just going to keep killing it for as long as possible.
Thank you. I just gonna escape, go see what that baby's crying about. Keep
Oh yeah, well,
doing. I don't know. Yeah, I want to hopefully put out another part soon.
I just saw Matt King put out a promo. Have you been filming with him a lot or at all?
Ooh, we have been talking about collaborating on some stuff. So hopefully get some time to go make some stuff with Matt and be on some of those sessions. I love the stuff he makes.
Now that is a guy who's really worried about everybody ripping him off. Talk to him about it sometime. I don't know if he ever wants to talk to you about it.
No, but I'm sure they are.
He claims he doesn't even want to put out content because he just thinks that people are going to rip him off. Yeah, that sounds a little paranoid to me.
Yeah, it's a little psychotic, honestly.
Yeah.
So we're gonna need you to talk
he's
him down.
definitely ahead of the curve.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there is something to that, like a price to pay for being ahead of the curve sometimes creatively. But
Yeah,
doesn't
he
mean-
was
yeah.
back in those
He's-
Jenko jeans before anyone else thought about it.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, we got to keep making stuff. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it's going to be great, whatever it is.
Absolutely.
And you know what? We'll let you go tend to your baby. I just want to, thank you again for being on the podcast.
Mhm.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate what you guys do, and I appreciate being here.
And I hope that you had a good
Can't wait
time.
to see Power Suck.
Thank you.
Dude,
Thank
hell
you.
yeah.
I hope that you had a good time. I know conditions were rough.
Mhm. I know we asked a lot of hard-hitting questions.
I know tensions were running high
Mhm.
throughout the entire podcast,
Yep. Absolutely.
Very
Sky high.
tense.
But, I'm glad that we debunked the question of whether or not your name was based off spanking the monkey.
Yeah.
This is not looking good for Thursday night.
Still-
So.
No, this is okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's the other thing. We're like I said, we got this big comedy night coming up where me and Tom are emceeing it. So by the time this comes out, it will have already happened. So I'm glad. I hope everyone who came enjoyed the show.
It's a big what?
No, well, I don't even know if it's big, but it's a skate related stand up comedy night where me and Tom are going to be the MCs.
Yeah, this guy Taylor Clark. Is that his name?
Taylor Clark.
Oh man. Oh, is this like something we already discussed in the intro that I missed out on? I wish I could go.
Presumably, I don't know.
I think we brushed upon it when we were saying, me and Tom were saying how not funny we are.
Right.
But
Oh,
yeah,
sorry
hey,
guys, I'm fucking slow mo tonight.
hey, no worries. Like I said, you know what? I'll hit you up when we do our West Coast tour, and I'm sure you'll be going on East Coast tour again sometime.
Yeah, I'll definitely hit you guys up next time I'm over there. That was a lot of fun skating, and I want to see the crib next time.
Yeah, we'll show you around to the real fancy lad spots.
Mm-hmm.
And
you know
hit
what?
us up when you're here. I got some curbs you can sack.
Oh, dude, absolutely. That's what I was gonna say. I was like, next time I gotta show you in person how to sack on a curb. I think I've got it down to
Good
a
luck
science
with that
now,
thing, by the way.
dude. Yeah, I'm afraid they might have to lob at one of them off, but also who cares? Whatever. What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
You're
Godspeed.
You're talking to a family man over here who's trying to tend to his baby.
Right. No, I know. Well, he's already got a kid, so he doesn't have to worry about the health of my testicle.
That's true.
That
is true.
But I do appreciate the concern.
I do. Yeah.
If you could just let the rest of the Baker family know, if they could just keep my left testicle in their thoughts tonight, that would be very appreciative.
Yep. Your balls are in our thoughts and prayers.
Yes.
Or the
I just
left,
want someone to think about my balls.
All right, Spanky. We'll let you go.
All right.
And yeah. Hey. See you soon. Hopefully.
Good talking to you.
Yeah.
Have a good show.
Hey, if you ever need anything, stick of butter, cup of sugar, you got my number.
Hell yeah. Likewise.
All right. Thank you, Spanky.
Send me that the collage too.
Oh, dude, the Power Suck collage coming in hot.
I'm gonna find a photo of it for you.
Coming in hot.
All right. Peace out, brother.
Later, guys.
Oh God, that was great.
Oh, that was fantastic talking to Slappy. Oh God, I mean Spanky.
God, Slappy himself. I mean Spanky.
God,
was just one of those guests you dream about.
You know what? He is one of those guests you dream about, and I feel bad because we keep accidentally calling Slappy Spanky. Ah, fuck! I did it again.
Yeah. I mean, when you got a legendary skateboarder like Slappy, it's just oh fucking god damn it!
Now you're fucking up.
I know. I don't know what the fuck's happening.
Now, when I fuck up, it's okay, and
Yeah.
it's kind of cute.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you do it, it is unprofessional
It's embarrassing.
and uncalled for.
Yeah.
And yeah, frankly, very embarrassing.
I know. But, you know,
Mhm.
the tier of skateboarders
Right.
on the podcast, it's just been upgraded.
It's only a little too much. It's a little too much, honestly. You know?
Like,
What are we doing up here?
get this.
Mhm.
Now that we've had Spanky,
Mhm.
I'm thinking we get everyone from Baker 3.
That's what I was thinking.
Maybe
and,
minus Terry Kennedy.
and you know what? I know we've been on like a really like hard fucking Osiris kick for this season. Hear me out.
Oh, yeah.
What if we switch it up?
Mhm.
And I guess we could go America, but I was going to say Baker 3.
I
mean, America would make more sense because it's also a shoe company.
I think I just said
You did
Baker
just
3.
say Baker 3.
Yeah.
Right.
So I feel like you just
I was agreeing with
took
you
the idea that I had and, then
and made it
just
sound better.
made it sound like you were
I
saying
packaged
it for the first
it.
time.
No. I was saying I was thinking about it. Like we were having parallel thought. We were
Mhm.
thinking the same thing.
Yep.
But as I was talking about that, I thought about, Osiris is a shoe company.
Right.
America's a shoe company.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I'm more interested in talking to those Baker boys.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you get a lot of crossover, and then you get
Oh, you got a lot of
Then you get
crossover.
Heath
And then
Kirchart.
you get Kirchart, you got your Templetons,
get your Donnie Barl.
you got your Tosh Townsends.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, we can have Chris Sen. We can have Sen Doggy on you.
You get your Aaron Susky. Yeah.
The Susky Grindman himself.
The Grindman himself.
Or we could just have a bunch of skaters who've had grinds named after them.
That's true. We could have Bigzo.
The Bigzo grind,
Mm-hmm.
the Susky grind,
Mm-hmm.
The
Find someone named Willie.
the Barley grind,
Mm-hmm.
and the Bennett grind.
Mhm.
I guess the Willie grind. Oh, the Smith grind.
Oh, Smith Grind. Yep, classic. What's the
Apparently
name for Smith Grind on Vert? I remember they like updated it in the re-release of the Tony Hawk game.
Oh, I don't know.
I forget what it's called. I know that there's some listener
But then
out
the
there.
K grind apparently named
Yeah,
after
Costin.
Costin.
Right.
So we'll have to get Costin for that.
Right. When you spell out Crooked Grind, I always spell it with a K. I always spelled it with a K,
Yeah.
even before
Oh, yeah.
Crooked was a company.
Mhm.
And now it just feels like weird because Crooked is a company. But anyways. But yeah, I always spelled it with a K.
Mhm.
Okay. I just wanted to check. I want to make sure.
And then we can get John 5050 on the podcast.
Dude, that's one of my favorite skaters.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, someone I like not as much, I'd say probably 50% the amount as John 5050, Danny 50.
You like him 50% as much.
I'd say half as much, yeah.
Yeah.
50%. Yeah, I guess half as much as 50%.
That makes sense.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, long story short, we got a long season ahead of us.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
If we're going to get all these fucking legends on the podcast.
We got to start soon.
Yeah.
We ran the well dry. We had of not legends, but of podcasts in the can, as
Mhm.
they'd say.
Mhm.
Now we're in real time, people.
Yeah, I don't know how we do it.
We're in real time. I don't know how we do it either. That's the thing. I don't know how we do it. I don't know how we've been doing it. I don't know how to continue doing it.
Yeah, because clearly we're not funny.
Right. A, not funny. B, not punctual.
C, not attractive.
D,
The D.
the D
Yeah.
is bruised
Mm-hmm.
badly.
Yep.
And E, emergency room tomorrow morning?
Maybe.
Question mark?
Yeah. I mean, we could go down the entire alphabet, but, this isn't
Oh,
the
should we?
alphabet podcast.
Oh, okay. No, that's right. This isn't
Yeah.
the Alphabet Podcast, which, check out Fancy Lad Podcast, multiverse.com. That might be one of the new ones on there.
Yep.
Our premium podcast service.
Mm-hmm. where me and Tom go down each letter of the alphabet.
And just name potential podcasts that could start with that letter.
Like, let's pick a random one.
Let's pick just pick a random letter.
P.
P. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I don't know, like penis
Yeah.
by a Fancy Lad podcast.
I was thinking more
Multiverse.
like it would be like something like, instead of just like one word, you'd come up with a phrase like penises in paradise or something.
Oh my God. Or what about like penile paradise?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. You know? Or maybe like the Penis Paradise Project.
Or what about like suck my pianist?
Mm.
And it's actually about like piano players.
Suck my kids. Like that?
No, I don't think it would.
Pianist.
Yeah,
Flautist.
pianist.
Pianist.
Yeah.
Right. Like the pianist.
Yeah.
The
movie.
film.
Yeah.
Oh, you think it's a movie?
That one's a film.
I consider it a film.
That one's
I
a film.
consider it
that
a
one's
film.
a film for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, we should do another one of the film podcasts soon though.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
We just got to come up with a title, a movie, a concept, a cover for it.
I think just a movie.
Actually, that's a really good place
And
to
then-
start.
and
Is just
then-
here's
and
what
then-
I'm thinking: is we come up
and then we
with
just
a few movies, we do all those, and then we figure the rest out.
I mean, we could still just keep releasing it as a Fancy Lad podcast, when we don't have a guest.
We could.
But
That's true. We could do a lot of things.
I don't want to get too actually serious or factual on the podcast.
Mhm.
Okay, this is neither the time nor the place.
No, this is not the time or the place because this isn't the actually factual podcast.
Where
It could
actual
be.
facts are thrown at you.
Right. But it could be because that is part of the Fancy Lad podcast multiverse.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But once again, like I said, I would say once you have Spanky on your podcast, where do you go from there?
Right. Herman, I guess, right?
Yeah, or like I guess Reynolds.
Reynolds, yeah. Herman's like a lateral move,
Yeah.
And I'd love to talk to Herman.
Mhm.
Reynolds, big boy. I mean, listen, we've had two of his BFFs. We've had Beagle.
Mhm.
We've had Spanky.
Should we get Antoine Dixon on here?
Dude, I would love to talk to Antoine. Antoine's sick.
All right. Well, who knows what the future holds for the Fancy Lad podcast? That's why
Certainly not us.
The number one question on everybody's mind is what's next?
Or what gives.
Yeah. Both valid questions.
Both very valid and both frequently asked.
And I think that you'll have to tune in next week
Oh, that's a big promise there.
or 2 weeks from now.
Just subscribe. The podcast app will tell you when the new episode is up.
To find out then.
Mhm.
But until that time,
Yeah. I guess, as Tom Tweak, I'll just sign off and say my famous catchphrase. Goodbye. My name is Tom. But also before that, or after, or right now, Bigzo, you have anything you want to say?
keep on rocking in a free world.
Yeah, man, I knew you were going to fucking say that. Yeah.
Yeah.